Sometimes laughing just wanna catch some vibes.
Emeka doesn't do the count. Don't mind him, I do the real count.
I was ignoring.
Yeah, I just want to collect all the credit.
Emeka guy will literally, as soon as, if we allow Emeka have his way, as soon as you sit down, we'll be like 5, 4, 3.
Like she NASA.
That's a bar right there.
Right there, man. We do this.
Right there. This is what we do. This is what we do. All right, we start. We're going live. Is everyone ready?
Yeah.
Phones on DND. If you don't mind.
Yeah, let me get my phone.
My volume was on the highest.
Highest.
Oh, my voice is okay, Sha. I feel like my voice seems cracked a bit.
Nah, you good. You good. I feel you're good.
We do this.
Good.
This is what we do.
So we do. Or is everyone ready?
Yeah.
Yo.
Cameras rolling. Live in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back. Another episode on the Blood Podcast, the most consistent show in Winnipeg. This is what we do. We do this. Today we got the big energy. We got the big energy from Dean though. We learned that from him.
Passed on.
But you know,
The energy is so big that it doesn't even left the room.
he hasn't left
Doesn't leave the room.
Bro, I'm super pumped.
Yo.
Today we have Emmanuel B with us. Emmanuel B, how you feeling?
We do this.
We do this. This is what we do. I'm taking that from Emmanuel B. That's a new slogan. We do this. How you
good,
feeling, man? How you feeling?
I'm blessed. You know, I'm happy. I'm excited. I've been watching you guys for minutes, so I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much for making it out here. I hope it wasn't too much trouble finding us and reaching to this place. It was all good. That's all
I
good.
like to start by saying
Oh yeah, he wants to nab you. Okay.
he has been trying to get on here. So what does it feel like to finally sit with us?
Honestly, I feel like, as I said, I reached out to Kamsi even. Is like when you see good work, like you
Bro.
appreciate it and you
Thank you,
respect
man.
it.
Thank you.
So off camera, I can say in terms of I respect the quality you guys
Yeah.
Thank you.
and
Thank
the
you.
consistency is important. So
It's very important.
that's why, like
Most
when I first saw it, I was
consistent.
like, this is one of the things I need to tick off, like
Yeah.
my checklist. Like, okay, yeah, let me do this, let me do that. So definitely,
100%. I like that. Yeah, because we got the same energy from Dean. He's also messaged. He told us that sometimes you have to reach out. You have to connect to what's going on, and we also reach out to people. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to build this community. We know people are working hard like you. We know that you guys are out here doing big things. You're producing energy. Winnipeg, they always
Big
say
energy.
they always say in Winnipeg that nothing is happening, but bro, we are literally proving them wrong. This is season 2.
Facts.
I've lost count, bro. I've literally lost count.
We have more than 25 episodes.
We've done more than 25 episodes, and we've spoken to over at this point about 20 different people, and they're all doing crazy things.
Crazy.
You can't be sleeping no
It's
more.
inspirational, man.
Can't
Like,
be
if you
sleeping
listen
no-
to this podcast, I feel like you've reached a certain level where
Boom.
like, you're almost unstoppable because the knowledge has actually been passed on. And you know, normally you hear stuff like this from the greats, you know, the ones already up there, but these are like people that are on their way there. People like you, people that you see in school, you see in church, doing these things.
Yeah, it's very important. Like you said, like I think it's very important to see, like just walk around and see Emmanuel B. So, oh yeah, that's Emmanuel B. I see what you're doing. It makes me feel like it's possible to do something too because I see someone else doing something.
Yeah, and you know, remember, like Kamsa and I, right? I sent him something on Instagram, and he was like, "Your Instagram is just filled with creativity." And I told him, like, I like it that way because nothing inspires me more than seeing people doing what I want to do.
100%.
Because then when you're lazy and you're finding excuses, and you see that those people did not come up with excuses.
100%.
They chased their dreams and they achieved it.
like
So
there's always gonna be an excuse. Like
Always.
there's always gonna be an
Always.
excuse. So
Always.
are you gonna do or not?
Are you
That's
gonna
what
do
it
or
comes
not?
down
That's
to.
the question.
How bad
Kamsi
do you
messaged
want
me
it?
yesterday.
Bro, I was like, bro, we need you. We need you. Like, we know that I knew you, like, we already talked about this before, but we need this. Speaking on inspiration, let's just get right into the episode. Let's just get into your own influence and what inspires you to keep going. Like, Winnipeg is cold. Winnipeg is very, very dark, bleak. Not to throw Winnipeg under the bus, but it is what it is. The weather here can be very discouraging.
man.
What keeps you going?
honestly, I'll say the most thing is just gratitude, bro.
Oh,
Like,
that's a new one.
bro,
That's a new one.
Like,
That's
the
a new
truth
one.
is, I could have died.
Facts.
I could have,
Facts.
not had a
Anything could have
voice.
happened. Facts.
Anything, like, bro,
Facts.
there's still slaves in freaking Libya
Facts,
in
bro.
2015
Facts.
or something.
Yes.
So the fact that, we're here, we're in Canada, like, bro, guys, I was on I had an interview as well on Twitter, and I had one guy reach out to me. I was like, yo, like, Omo, how is it, like, doing music?
Yeah.
And I was like, abroad. I was like, bro, like, I'm just even grateful that I'm even abroad first.
First of all,
Yeah.
mad,
So it's like,
mad,
when I
mad.
see some guys in Nigeria hustling, I will not lie, like, I get super inspired. Because I'm like,
Super, bro.
Nigeria is cold. Like, Winnipeg is cold. Nigeria is colder.
Colder, bro. Nigeria is colder, bro. That's a bar, though.
Without winter.
That's a bar, though. That's a bar,
I
though.
almost called Nigeria a city.
I'm crying.
It's always called Nigeria a city, but Nigeria really been moving like a city sometimes. It's just
Yeah.
moving like it's just Lagos out here. So you just that's a new one. I like that. You said gratitude, like even just you being happy where you are, and it just keeps you going
I
because
know the thing
Definitely.
with gratitude, it helps you like understand how far you've come rather.
100%.
It helps you understand like, there's still more work to go,
course.
but it encourages you. Like imagine climbing Mount Everest, right? If you don't, and you get halfway, if you don't look back to see how far you've
Yeah.
come, you
Yeah.
exactly get discouraged.
You won't.
But once you look back, like okay, it's not
you
that
don't
far. I
feel-
did this now. So
Yeah.
the remaining one will look so small to you.
Yeah, that's interesting. So let's talk a little bit about Emmanuel's story, like your Emmanuel
background.
Emmanuel B, like how you growing, like so you grew up in Abuja,
Yeah.
and then you moved to London. Tell us about that, and basically give us that
Transition,
timeline
yeah.
of you growing up and how you found yourself in Winnipeg, because we're concerned with Winnipeg,
And also,
Yeah.
right, how the
especially
was
the music,
influenced.
influence with that too.
From nines, like, in high school, you know how we just have them class clowns that we used to rap on the table. My guy was just
Yeah, I can
doing
imagine
drums.
that, bro.
Literally.
Me, I was the drummer.
I was one of them guys that, if I look back at them lines, they're probably trash. But then, you know how your
boys
guys
were
be
hyping.
hyping you up. Yo.
I was the hype guy, man.
Instead getting serious when I was in SS1, SS2, SS3.
Yeah.
Like I used to now do like stuff in chapel, in like my high school, like in church and stuff.
I
Like,
feel you.
so guys always knew, like, bro, there were guys that they used to come to chapel until I was doing something.
Crazy.
So like
Crazy
literally,
crowd.
like you see guys like, Emmanuel, you did perform this Sunday. I was like, no, I'm like, I beg. But then when they know I'm coming, they're like, yeah, but we did go church today, but
Yeah,
and like just those kind of things.
Yeah.
Because of obviously they knew that, like, guys put in work and
Yeah.
we do stuff, and so that from then to obviously going to university in England, like I've already been building that skill, like pen.
Oh, which
and
university were you in England?
I was University of Hertfordshire, so it was in North London.
Not London.
Yeah,
Okay,
so-
the Ents.
Yeah, nah. So like even there too in church, and a lot of my experiences like from church and like obviously outside church as well. But a lot of things I used, because I started with poetry, so even though I used to like perform in church in high school, like school chapel. When I moved to England, I was doing a lot of poetry where I was just writing down like lyrics, and it evolved to like spoken word. So I
Yeah.
was now doing like a lot of spoken word, and I'd done some things in church. So I did like I spent about a year in England. Then I moved to Winnipeg. This was high school. I finished high school 2015, so I moved to England in 2016, and then I moved here in 2016 September.
September.
So
So you were
basically,
in England for
Yeah.
that long.
Yeah, so I was in England for like maybe about 10 months.
So did that really
Yeah.
like influence you and your music?
Definitely. I think, honestly, that time period in England, because one of my favorite rappers is still like British guys, like Reg,
Oh.
Dave.
Oh, Skepta is
Like,
hard. though.
yeah,
Like,
Skepta is hard,
And
for
one
sure.
thing I like about them is their, like we were saying before we started recording, the quality of their lyrics. Like
Yeah.
it's very easy to
Yeah.
come up with
Yeah.
ordinary bars, but
Yeah.
they give you.
If you
quality.
check like YouTube reactions for like rap, like I can bear with you, like the first 10, 15 videos you see are like UK artists. Like check out Avelino reaction or like Rich reaction. They had like a freestyle that went viral. Disgusting, bro.
That's how good it was.
Literally.
Filthy.
Literally. So, that time period, really helped me just understand lyrics on a deep level.
On a
And,
deep level, yeah.
as I started, crafting. Then when I moved here, obviously, I continued. I used to like stuff in church as well, like spoken word. Sometimes you see like, I used to do spoken word in church. You see old Nigerian men, women standing up. Like it wasn't like even not common to get like standing ovations after I do like a spoken word. And like you see like, I don't know if you know, like even like my pastor's wife, once like you see a bunch, like, like, and I've gone to like a few churches and I've done some stuff. One time a pastor called me like, boy, and I was just there like, to me it's like, I mean, I take it seriously, but then it's like, yo,
we do this.
This
is what we do.
So, just having that encouragement is just deep and
it's helpful.
Obviously, you take it more serious and you keep going and before you know it, you're Emmanuel B.
Before you know you're Emmanuel B on that journey.
Facts, bro. And you're making like immigration sound so simple. I'll just move from
the movie must have been tough, and they're trying to still keep connections and stuff like that.
At a young age, you're learning different cultures, mixing with different people, adapting. Such a very rapid period of time. So how was that? Like, how was the experience? And again, how did it influence your music?
Yeah, as I said, I think in a way, to be honest, like, it goes back to gratitude. Like, I'm just grateful that, bro, not many guys want to come to Canada from Nigeria.
Bro, facts,
even
bro.
from England. Like, when I first came, like, a lot of people like, yo, guy, you're from England. So, guys, even babes used to dap me. I'm like, oh, this guy's from England.
It's from the ends.
But then, I'll not lie to you, like, it's especially because of their immigration policy at the time. Like, a lot of people had to finish school and go back to Nigeria. So, a lot of people were trying to actually move. So, that was one of actually the main factors where I was like, I'd already been considering Canada from high school, but then that was like one of the main reasons that made me switch. So when I came here,
So coming to Canada wasn't like, I would say by choice, but it wasn't by force either. It was more like a strategic move.
Yes, definitely. It was premeditated.
The man is
already
focused.
had that.
Man is focused.
But then
he knows what he's doing. Don't play with him.
Play with
someone that does
B.
spoken words, he knows what he's doing.
Spoken word is like I've listened to one of your performances. I think he did one in my church once. And then everyone was like, where did you pick this boy from? So
those things hits.
Is they hits exactly. And so how long did it take you to write one of like those
that's a good
pieces?
question.
Honestly, I think it varies, but to be honest, like, because I've been writing for so long, like, when it comes to rap, I don't write lyrics down anymore.
Yes, it just flows with you,
So because of I used to write spoken word, so what used to happen was I would write lyrics a lot, but then I'll hear a beat, and when I try and put it together, because I feel like guys would tell me like, bro, you have bars, but then it's off beat, so that it was like not it. So I just abandoned like writing with a pen. Then I just literally listen to the beat.
Trying to go more with the beat.
But then in 45, an hour, I'll get solid work done.
Solid work, not just work. Solid
work. Yeah. No, from when you listen to him, you know there's energy.
Bro.
You know the energy is there because we do this. We do this for real. This is what we do. This is what we do.
And it's crazy because, like, just from speaking with him, you already know that he's a man of quality. He pays attention to like things that people could easily overlook, and that's where you win at life. Everybody can do. To me, right, everybody can do the difficult things. Everybody can do the big things because, I mean, it's the big thing. That's what we're looking at. But all those small things that don't... Can you fold your boxers and put it, Can you fold your socks and put it? But you can sweep your house, But can you fold, can you do the laundry? So he's doing like the little details that's when you never know who's watching, right? So imagine Kendrick Lamar is like, okay, I just want to discover somebody. He now sees your distance and he sees, he's paying attention to things that a lot of even professional rappers don't know. It speaks a lot.
It speaks a lot because they say there's this saying, is this success is when opportunity meets luck or something like that. I can't remember what it's saying.
When luck meets opportunity.
When luck meets opportunity. So basically you need to be prepared for when the opportunity comes. So you can't just be sitting around and be waiting for, let the opportunity come first. Like we were literally joking about it before the podcast started about, you want to become a photographer or an artist, you're waiting for someone to pay you first. It's just like, bro, you've not even done nothing. So how can you get any kind of pay? So it's like that, like when we love seeing these kind of things and we love talking to people like you. Because, like he said, like J-Boy first started with, we've been trying to set this up for a while, and then when we've been just like, God, we had things, we were scheduled, and then yesterday I reached
Just
out
like
to him, and I was
that,
like, bro,
just
can you?
like that.
And then this guy's like, bro, energy, we do this for real. And then it's like, I'm here the next day, and he had to make. Those are things you see. You see, these are sacrifices that people make when you see that they are trying to make connections. They're trying to do things bigger than what it actually is. So I really appreciate you for that again too. Let's talk about like your influence from like gospel, R&B, and hip hop. Like, how do you tend to put all of this together and mix it together to form your sound or get your inspiration? Well, how is that process for you?
I'll say, to be fair, it's like, I mean, I'm a Christian, so gospel is like
part of you.
standard.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
God
but
first.
The thing is, I don't consider myself as like a Christian artist. Like, I'm an artist and I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
But then like you're gonna hear like some
references,
references of like the
yeah.
Bible because I read the Bible.
Yeah,
You
it's a
understand
life
what I
within
mean?
you. Yeah,
So
Exactly.
Gospel is standard. R&B, obviously, like most of the hits and stuff is from R&B songs. Like you hear that almost everywhere in the mall,
And they're
in
timeless.
passing all the
Yeah.
time. And like my dad, as I stated, like he's a big Michael Jackson fan. So like I listened to Michael Jackson growing up for hours.
Mad.
So obviously that tied into it, and hip hop is just like the key. Like that's like that's the key, literally, because
Major
that's
key,
what
like.
I fell in love
Major
with. So
key.
I started listening to Kendrick Lamar from Time. So I'm talking like Good Kid,
Time.
Mad City album. That was like the first project I heard about him. So I went back to listen to the album he dropped, mixtape when he was 16.
Wow.
So I did all that work, and like, I was like,
Research.
the art is crazy.
Crazy.
Let's talk
man.
about that, your first ever release, the thing that Demons.
Demons, yeah.
So what
This guy went back.
bro? We had to go back now. We told
I
you we were
see
gonna do
you.
research. We had to do it. I like asking artists these things. Like this thing, you're releasing your. This is official. This is like I'm announcing myself with this. What's going on in your head? How's the mind space when you're releasing your first, making your first release?
To be honest, like Demons it was just that track where, I mean, I'd been, rapping, I'd done like freestyles, I'd done stuff on Instagram.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, this is my official single, like what we're saying. Like even the title, like Demons, is a metaphor for like, just my mind and like, just how I was feeling at the time in terms of, I've been dropping freestyles and like sometimes I'll see my guys there, or sometimes to be like, my guys are not even there. I think there was a line where I said like, who checks up on the person that checks up on everybody.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And even how we started.
And I did know something funny about that. You mentioned that you have a Dave influence, and it feels that line kind of makes me think of
Even the
Dave
way
too. With the way he
himself,
delivered it in that song, I was like, I could tell there was like a Dave connection. I don't know if any other person had that feeling. But yeah, sorry, continue.
So like it was just like the mindset, but then I had to double check myself. If you see, like I literally put like the interaction I had with my friend where he was like, like guys support you, but then the audacity, literally. So in terms of like just do your stuff and the support will come.
Yeah.
And don't focus solely on the support, but then just like do. And I put all of that, and at the end it was almost like, as I said, like back to gratitude, where I was like, people were actually supporting.
Yeah,
like,
people will.
There was a girl I met at a party, and I referenced that in the song. She's like, you're Emmanuel B, right? Like, like, honestly, like, I'm high right now, that's what I'm telling you. But then, you can rap, bro, like, you can really rap. And I was like, what? I'd never seen her before. I didn't know her name. I didn't know anything about her. But then just someone randomly walking up to you.
That's
of course,
crazy.
like, there's the ego thing there, because sometimes some people might know you can do something, but then just because of like Nigerians, black people sometimes like, no, I don't want to tell him.
I don't want to tell him. I don't want to feed.
She was under the influence. She was like, and she said, she was like, you know, I'm high, that's what I'm thinking now. But then, trust me, like, you can rap. And I was like, yo,
exactly, and that's something we want to get. Like this podcast, that's another issue this podcast is addressing. We're like, bro, people are doing amazing work. We have to come here and let you know that you,
clap for them, give them their
bro,
flowers.
you guys have to understand that what you're doing is creative, and it takes a lot of courage and balls to even come out and drop your first release and say, announce it to yourself, to the world. I see, I've been doing Instagram freestyles, I've been doing this, I've been doing that, I've been on all of these other platforms, but now I'm officially coming out with this track. So it takes a lot of balls and courage to actually step out of your comfort zone and announce yourself. So we're going to applaud you for that. And we're going to be like, yo, we want to talk to you. We want to understand how it happened, and so that, and hopefully this could also touch, you know, someone else, because in Winnipeg, like I said from the start, like in Winnipeg, it feels like no one else is doing any other thing. But this podcast, we want to put people out there and be like, yo, there's no reason why Emmanuel B, who is a Nigerian like you, and he doesn't even have to be a Nigerian, maybe international student, he could be from anywhere around the world.
Facts.
He's doing it and he's trying his best. You can do it too. You can see someone doing it now. Now you have that excuse is no longer valid. So, and just staying on your music career, and for me, I think my favorite songs with you is most of the songs you've done with Cozy. Because I think I like that back and forth chemistry that these guys are trying to.
Future
they are trying to do some future drinking. I think this is for me as a fan. I don't know how you guys feel about it. For me as a fan, I think that you guys have that. There's a chemistry you guys have, and so just talk to us a little bit about the relationship you guys have and how you guys even met without UDC, because it seems that you guys have the same. You guys have the like mind. Another thing that's important is having that like mind, finding that like-minded person, right, to help you with the journey. So talk about how you met and how the influence has, like how he has actually influenced you or helped you or how you've pushed him, something like that.
I'm trying to even think of like how we met, honestly.
Well, guys never remember how they met, guys. I don't remember how I met J-Boy.
You know how guys, you forget how we met,
You
but
know
the truth is, you know, Kid is ridiculous, man. That guy, like, because the truth is, I'll not lie, like, sometimes you hear a lot of artists, but then sometimes they're like, almost like they're lacking that quality in terms of like output. So it's like when we connected and like it was like out of mutual respect. Guy was like, yo, you can rap. I was like, guy, you can rap.
You can rap.
Oh, you didn't rap.
You didn't rap.
It was like just that, you know, chemistry, and it was like organic. It was not anything like, oh, guy, how far now? Like I'm rapping, please, can you check me out? Nah, it was more like, yo, I've seen your shit, bro, you're cold. Like, bro, I've seen your shit too, you're cold. Like, so, you know, once that respect was there, like when we recorded stuff, it's like on his tape, I think Lost is like one of the fans' favorite tracks. Even on my tape to Terror, like people are like, bro, Terror.
No, that's my favorite. That's my favorite one on your this thing, the Terror one. Well, keep going what you're saying. Sorry,
so like, you know, we do like and it's just different dynamics. On Lost, you know, we're talking about more of, you know, life. Terror was just more like back and forth, like boom bap.
Yeah, Terror was like a back and forth. Like if you guys haven't, we'll get to the.
Literally had like the back. There was no chorus. It was just bars.
Yeah,
so literally we're coming at you.
We'll get to that project now. Like, so and that the song, the Terror, is actually on the project, the EP Conflicted. The third track on the EP Conflicted, and then you just dropped Conflicted not too long ago. Yeah, and for me, my own listen, I have questions for you on that project because I've listened to it, and my personal favorite is the Terror freestyle, the one you Cozy. Like I said, I just feel like there's something there that you guys are building, and I'm just like, whatever you guys are doing, keep doing it. Because
something, right? Skepta said in his song, "Good energy makes the stats increase." Like the vibes between them is not on some
because you heard him right. He said that on Cozy's album that there's Lost is actually the most streamed one on Spotify. His fans' favorite on Spotify, and then he's coming back again on this album, bro. There's something there, bro. There's something
sometimes people will be like, okay, let's forge this relationship in sense of business, like close just for business. This one is, if they were not doing music, they for still be
exactly.
So now that they already have that, it's like, bro, you know the 2-leg race, right? That there's like a game
that's the thing where they tie the leg, and then
two of you can tie your leg, but it does not mean you run fast. The only way you run fast is if you move together. So that's basically what they're doing. They're moving together, and as a Christian, right, I feel like people are in your life for a reason. Like
Facts.
I've seen that in my own eyes. You know, when I was doing my JD Entertainment, right, I was doing it with Daniel, but he has moved to Vancouver. I never really told this guy about my passion for YouTube. It just
You guys just had that connection.
I don't know how it just came, and that's something I feel like is from God.
Yeah.
And then like now that I'm solo, right? I was a bit scared. I was like, God, see, now I'm on my own. I know I can't do it by myself. There's only much I can do. I need help. I need support. I prayed about it. I just left it there.
Yeah.
Boom. That's how Kamsi and I just started, relating on that level. I've always known Kamsi since I came to Winnipeg. I've always known him, but on film and all that, it was never there. And now that I'm thinking about it, imagine I was trying to build a relationship in like business with him. I feel like there's certain things that I wouldn't be able to tell him.
Yeah.
There's certain things he won't be able to tell me just because he doesn't want to hurt my feelings or too much respect is a real thing.
Definitely.
That's why you need that connection. Because he can tell you the truth. If you rap, you say, "Guy, this is trash."
Bro, I feel like you're better than this, and he can also tell Cozy the same thing. Like, bro, I think you can go harder.
We're like real life friends. Like I know his mom. Like I'm cool with his sister. Like so, like it's not even on a. I mean, music, yes, but then we're actually like real life like
friends.
brothers. Do you understand what I mean?
I feel you.
Like,
no,
so-
definitely on the tracks, you can tell like these guys got something there. So let's talk about the project, the EP for a minute now. So another question I love to ask artists is, when people play your song, what do you want them to feel? What energy
What
are you
message,
giving them?
what
What
energy,
vibe? What's the
exactly.
vibe? When
Honestly-
Emmanuel B, what's the vibe?
I feel like it's my number one hope, or like I like the one thing I'll say like I'll love is people actually listen, because that's the thing is, because I rap, I'm a lyricist. Like I'm the guy that cares about like words a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want people to listen to me with the same ears they listen to like Sungbalaja. Like, no, don't get me wrong, and it's not that
No, I
it's
get you, I
just
get
the
you.
difference of like
Yeah.
I'm
Quality
seeing
per
a
se.
lot, and if you just listen to it like vibe, like you're going to miss out a lot of things. I think Jay-Z had one that's like, do you people listen to music or do you just skim through it? So it's like I don't want people to just skim through. Like a lot of time, like, even when I just put the tape out, I was telling you guys like I got like more than 300 messages.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Like, of course, like most of it I initiated, but then just seeing people coming back and like, yo, bro, I heard this track and like, bro, it's crazy. I saw the scheme you did here, and a lot of
That's
things
the
will go over
connection.
people's heads normally.
Yeah.
But then those ones that still
actually
come back and
listen,
like, yo,
bro.
you said this, that. I was like, we do this.
Yeah, we do this. This is what we do.
we
This guy gotta say it for real though.
what we do.
They do this. This is what we do. We might as well just use that to the end of the season. I hope you won't be
I
too
feel
mad
like that
about
should be
that.
the title. Say,
We do this. This is what we do. But yeah, like it's like I said, it takes a lot of confidence. I feel for artists it's very, 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 very difficult because it's like, I have this vibe I'm going for and I'm trying to share it with you. And then like we were speaking about before the episode actually started, was people are actually busy. People are actually doing things, when things are happening in people's real lives. And then you now want to come and say, oh, this is my
Interrupt
project.
it, yeah,
And you want to
yeah.
interrupt it. So it's very, very difficult. So how do you get past that mountain of, how will people actually pay attention to me if I come out with this project? Or is there even a point?
Yeah, definitely. I think is focusing on the audience, not in respect of like if they will listen or not. It's just more or less like quality. So like I try to take my time. Like I don't like I rap when I want if I want to. So like it's not like I'm begging anyone or anything. Is I do the best I can for a song I like and I love and I want to actually listen. Like I listen to my songs.
Yes, now.
Like there's some
Yes.
others that I'm like, bro,
You have to be
my
your
song
biggest
is fire
fan.
for me.
You have to be your biggest
Before
fan.
it's fire
Exactly.
for anybody else. Like
yes.
if I don't like it and you like it, I don't care.
I don't care,
Yeah.
really,
But then-
really.
As long as I like it, I'm like, okay, it's at this level. Because sometimes you will have a vision and you record and it might not be there. It's
Right,
trash. Like
Yeah.
right.
to another person, it's like it's good, but it's like as long as it's not there yet for me, like I'll record it again or I'll do it again and I'll make sure like it gets to that level.
I feel you.
So that's
I feel
like
you.
once you pay attention to the
Quality.
to the listener and you understand that like they have a busy schedule. That like music is the only competition where they compare a 10-year-old to 50-year-old. If you drop an album as a, let's say, 16-year-old, they're going to compare it with Kendrick. Like, me and Kendrick can release an album on the same day. You have to pick, like, which one are you going to listen to? So, as long as you understand that, like, you're putting out that quality, obviously, like, Kendrick is the GOAT, and I forever have respect for him. But then, like, I want to, like, I compare myself with people like that. So, like, will Kendrick listen to this and be like,
exactly. It's so funny how you mentioned it, because I obviously I know a lot of other artists, and I've said this too. I'm like, bro, your competition is not with the other people in Winnipeg. Remember what episode 1 they said King of Pembina. Some people feel like they are good and they're the king of. They feel like they're the king of Pembina. But like, yo, your competition is with J. Cole, Kendrick, 100%. Drake. 100%. You have to always be in that mind frame. Like, yo, obviously right now I'm handicapped. Those guys are farther in front of me. But like, bro, I'm trying to get there. You can't always just see yourself, I'm Pembina, I'm doing well in Pembina. Now I'm the king of Pembina. So
the goal is to close the gap.
The goal is to close the gap.
Literally just close the gap and see how close you can be with the, because you have limited resources, right? Like, I don't have Kendrick's budget on any level, producer, marketing, anything. But then I have talent. So
exactly.
How many hours am I practicing? Am I actually rapping every day? Am I, practicing the bars? Am I listening intentionally? And like how I listen to music and how like the average listener listens to music is very different.
Very different.
And you know, like
very, very
there's
different.
something comes always reminds me of, because I like comparing myself with like the famous YouTubers or creatives up there, and he always tells me, like, first of all, two of you are not on the same level. Like, this is their full-time job. They've invested heavily in it. So like, I want to tell the viewers, like, it doesn't mean like, okay, you want to make a music video or a song or anything creative that you now gonna put this person's own beside and your own. Oh, I want it to look like this. There is no, you never match them, because like Kamsi said, you're handicapped and they're already on another level. So what I like to do is I always, like you said, go back. You went back to Kendrick's album when you were 16. You go back and you look when they were at my level, what were they doing? And I always try to beat that. That's how you know you're good.
I feel you. That's another way.
You know, like everybody goes through that stage. At some point, you'll be on their level. So at this particular stage I'm at, and they were also at this stage, who was better? You know, that's what I like to look at.
I feel you.
I do that too, because sometimes if you see on the track, I was like, I think things over. More times I'm an overthinker. So like I'm constantly like stressing myself, like, yo, but people call me back and be like, yo, bro, calm down. Like, this guy has way more resources. But even though they have way more resources, I was on an interview, I was like, bro, I'm not even trying to gas you up like you're Junior Kendrick. And I was like,
bro.
I didn't even tell, I think at the time, I didn't even tell him that I even love Kendrick.
So
the fact that he just made that comparison, like, I was like, bro, like, I appreciate you.
Exactly. Facts. And then even knowing all these things at the end of the day, like, see, comparison is still the killer of joy. So everything still has its own balance. Like, you have to, you are doing all of these things to gain inspiration.
Facts.
Not to say, you know, competing is also part of it. Competing is healthy, but there's a time when it gets unhealthy, when you're like, oh, I'm not Kendrick. You can't be Kendrick. You're still Emmanuel B. But you're going to draw inspiration from Kendrick and then become a better Emmanuel B.
I like to say this is, I have this quote. I don't know. I've never seen it anywhere. Life is not a competition, but in order to win, you have to be competitive. So like, you have to. If you don't think life is a competition, go for a group interview. Go for a group interview. And don't try and outbeat everyone. I'm going to be poor.
Exactly. Me, I just feel like competition is healthy, but there's the way you can make it unhealthy. Like you said, you can become an overthinker, and that's not healthy. But just to even wrap up the episode, because we're even running out of time, but like, I still want to talk about two tracks. This track, the Feminines. I've been practicing to say that thing, and now I'm still messed up. I still messed up.
Opportunity and luck. Remember what I was saying? You're not ready.
I was trying my best. I still fumbled. But like, I listened to the song, and I wanted to explain to me, because I listened to the song. I was like, I feel like there's something there's a message you're trying to pass across with this song, and I'm not getting it. So I just want you to just briefly talk about it, clarify it for me, and I'll listen to it again after.
With what you've said.
After what you said. No, because I was listening to Terror, and then that Feminine was like my second best, but I was like, I feel like there's a point I'm missing out here. So just give me something to go with, and I'll go on this hour.
The firmament is just God. It talks about, like, you know, the firmament is Genesis and talks about like the creation.
Yeah, the creation
there's a
story
sample
and
that,
stuff.
talks about, you know, like, and God said. So it's just, you know, when you go through the track list from pressure, because it's a full story from pressure to beauty. So the firmament is like that song that tells you, you know, God is the creator of everything.
Yeah.
So even though you're pressured, even though you're going through all these things, like God created everything.
Yeah.
So God is with you. And there's probably like a line where I was like, you know, climbing the corporate ladder, but then, you know, like I'm praying that God protects me. And then I was like, I'm rapping, but then, you know, I'm working as well, and I want to make sure that, you know, corporate ladder. Then I think I referenced to like snakes. So it's like, you know, I pray like the serpent. So is the firmament, the track is just talking about like God's protection. Like that's one of the key things.
That was the key message
That's
along
like
with
a
it.
prayer. That track is like a
Yeah, it's
prayer.
probably like a prayer, because I was trying to see the connection with, because I understood the creation story. I was not trying to connect it with, I was trying to make it connect it with myself, because when I'm listening to music, I feel like there's a message that's being passed across to me, and I like to take that message and use it to improve myself, right? So I was like, okay, how do I connect this creation story to me, like with what he was saying? So that's
You know, another approach you should try. Try and apply it to the artist, because a lot of like music is very personal. So most of the time they are talking about things that they went through. So when you apply it to them, that's when you can now judge the scenario. You now learn from it.
Exactly to myself. Exactly. True. That's an extra step too. Well, Emmanuel B,
I think we need to ask him for that.
Bro, it's been a wonderful episode. We already knew he was going to give us. Bro, this is one of those episodes that I will listen over and over again, because there's so much has been said. Thank you so much for making it to this episode. We loved talking to you. Like, we've been begging Studio 9 to give us more time, but Studio 9 has been leaving us in the mud, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Before we go, we already know.
I don't think we should ask him. Like,
no, I know, but I mean, I want more. So give us a random fact, something to use and say, this is how you left the episode. And it could be, you know what you want to say, but we are still giving you the opportunity.
This random fact is brought to you by Emmanuel B. Take it away.
This is what we do. We do this.
OTB, we out.
Just for tonight, on my wildest behavior. I just want a good time, no questions. Just wanna roll with emotion. Just for tonight, free up your mind. We just want love and attention. I just want a good time, no questions. Just wanna roll with emotion. Just for tonight, free up your mind. We just want love and attention.
Sometimes we're left and just wanna catch some vibes. I don't want no better.